Hello Group 402. This will be our weekly feedback video for the week of June 8th. We have 3 activities to talk about today. First would be the worksheet on creativity and innovation. So for that worksheet, because it was based on creativity and innovation, there isn't necessarily a right or wrong answer for most of the sections. However, I'm going to talk about the one where it asked you to assign a section header to the different sections. So I'll at least give you the correct answers for that part so you can check it against yours. So for section A, the title would have been Get Your Legs Moving, based on what they're actually talking about in the paragraph. So in other words, just in case you were unclear, we're supposed to assign titles or section headers to the different paragraphs using one of the ones they provide us up above. So A would be Get Your Legs Moving. B would be Daydream. C would be Think Outside the Box. D would be Have a Good Laugh. E would be Noise. And the Sit Down option is the one that we didn't use. So that'll cover that first activity. That's all I want to talk about there. Now we also worked on gerunds and infinitives. You were supposed to watch a YouTube video covering these topics and then write sentences using gerunds as well as infinitives. So I'd like to review a couple key points regarding that. So first of all, gerund, again, is when we take a verb and we add ing, then it becomes a gerund. Gerunds are a type of participle, and they can perform many different functions within a sentence depending on the context. They can act as nouns or pronouns. So just keep that in mind. And then, on the other hand, we have infinitives. Infinitives are when we take the word to, so to, and then we add a verb. So to avoid, to decide, to walk, to expect, anything like that, where it's to and then a verb. So the difference between the gerund and the infinitive is that infinitives are usually not used as subjects of sentences, whereas gerunds can actually act as nouns and subjects of sentences. So that's one of the key differences between the two. Okay, so that's what you should know. With those concepts in mind, you'll be able to write 10 great sentences, 5 for the gerunds and 5 for the infinitives. Moving on, we had a third activity. This one was from our textbook, American Headway, pages 90 and 91. So we were working with articles and determiners. So now I would like to review some key points on those. Articles, we have 3 in English. Again, they are a, the letter A, an, and the, the, the word the. So we use a when the following word begins with a consonant. We use an when the following word begins with a vowel. Again, vowels A, E, I, O, U. So when the following word begins with one of those, we use an. And we use the when it's a specific noun. The Library of Congress, the specific store, whatever it may be, when it's a specific noun. Okay? That'll do it for articles. Now determiners. Determiners identify nouns and express quantity. So they can join nouns using the word of and then adding words like the, my, our, this, that, and a few others. Those are just some examples. So now, let me give you some examples of determiners being used in a sentence. Both of the books. So I'm determining the books, which ones, both of them, so that's 2, and so on. Neither of the books. So I'm saying it's neither of the 2 books. Each of my books. So with each, we don't exactly know the number, but we know that all of them. So whichever ones are my books, I'm referring to those, each of them. All of those books. Again, we don't know the exact number, we just know those books, all of them is what we're talking about. Some of my books. So with this one, again, there's no set number, but it is giving us a general range. So first of all, we know they are not someone else's books, they're my books. So of the books that are mine, we are talking about some of them. And then finally, none of those books. So of those books over there, whoever they are, we are talking about none of them. Those are determiners, helping us to hone in on quantity and to identify nouns a little bit better. So that'll do it for this week's feedback video. Next week,